Hi, everybody. It is Radley here with your energetic weather report for June 25th through July 1st. So this week I decided to, I don't know, go back in time, go back to the whole origins of all of it and use Angel Tarot cards, the very first deck I ever did for our energetic weather report. Now, if you're new to this, you're like, what's an energetic weather report? Well, this is me pulling 3 cards from any given deck. I've done almost 10, the 10th, well, I've done 10, the 10th one just comes out in October. 11, 12, 13, 14 are coming. But anyway, so Angel Tarot cards, I'm going to pull 3 cards from this deck, and those 3 cards are read together as an energetic sort of map to how things are going this particular week for everybody. So whether you are watching this on YouTube or listening to it in the podcast from mindbodyspirit.fm, you can still get the message and be able to like go, oh, wow, I kind of get what's coming up this week. Now, no particular card is referencing a particular day of the week. It's basically meant to read all 3 cards together into a storyline so that we kind of know what to expect. Now, also as a part of this, I have taken the major arcana, that's a particular aspect of tarot cards, from 3 of my decks, Angel Wisdom tarot cards, Angel Tarot cards, and Archangel Power Tarot cards, and blended those together to create this mashup of major arcana cards. And the reason, why would I do that? The reason is because there's an archangel on each of these cards, and it allows me to pull a card or pull 4 cards actually, so that you can kind of like energetically tune in and go, which archangel am I supposed to be working with this week? So let's start there. It doesn't matter if you are watching this or listening to it, because this is purely an intuitive exercise. So you just have to like tune in and go, am I feeling called to card number 1? No one, not even if you can see it, can you see what card number 1 is? It's just intuitively. Do you feel called to card number 1? Card number 2? Card number 3? Or card number 4? So which card do you feel called to? I'll let you have some time to think about that. You don't have to answer right away. So let's move to the energetic weather report. Now, this was interesting because if you know anything about tarot, then you'll know that there are 78 cards. There are basically 5 suits. And so the angels really pulled together a concise story for us in that all 3 cards that I pulled are from the same suit, which is very unusual, mathematically improbable, but it does occasionally happen, and it has happened this week. So the cards are all from the suit of water. That's what I call, what's traditionally called in tarot, the suit of cups. So they're all from that, and they're all about relationships, all of them. So let's get started talking about that. So the first card is King of Water, the King of Water. The King of Water is trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. So the message on this card is open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice, and it can also mean charity work. But I'm really reading these cards as being, this is about relationships in our life sphere this particular week. Well, King of Water is somebody you can trust. So maybe you've got some stuff you need to talk out. Maybe it's not about that person, but it's with this person, someone you can trust. It could be about this person if you need to have a conversation with them that's a heart-to-heart to tell you that you can trust that the message that you have to present to them will be received in the way in which it is intended. And hopefully that is intended in love, but it will be received accurately, and you can trust the whole experience of having that conversation with that person. But like I said, it could be having a conversation with that person that's about somebody else because you need somebody to talk to throw out your thoughts and feelings, to be able to get honest and trustworthy responses and viewpoints on. Now, the next card is Page of Water. Page of Water. The Page of Water is intuitive and sensitive, artistic and friendly. It doesn't say this on the card, but I will throw in naive. Okay. So naive in the world of love, of relationships, of emotions, new to it all, doesn't quite know what to do with it. Now, that doesn't make them young. So I'm sure that there are people in your life that you look at and go, wow, they are so not great with emotions. So it can be someone that is older. The message on this card is a new person enters your life, a relationship enters a new phase, or heightened psychic abilities. So it could be someone coming in your life. That's not the way I am trusting this. I believe that based on the first card, that the message is about a relationship beginning a new phase and can be heightened psychic ability. So it could be saying, trust your intuition when it comes to what it is that you are trying to create in your relationship with this particular person. But I think that we get advice from somebody or we have a heart-to-heart that allows for the relationship in question to enter a new phase. Maybe it is to go to the next level. Maybe it is to be in a place of healing. Maybe it's in a place of parting. It's time to part ways. This isn't working out anymore for anybody's best benefit. But a relationship enters a new phase. You know, what I also particularly thought was interesting, and I'm getting a little tarot techie on you here, but the next card is Ace of Water. And to me, the Ace of Water and the Page of Water are always tied together. I like to say in my later decks that the Ace of Water grows up to be the Page of Water. Now, again, if you're a traditional tarotist, the Ace of Cups grows up to be the Page of Cups. But both of these can very often signify some sort of beginning, some sort of newness of energy. This card says falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, a new home. So you can sort of see this, the commonalities. A relationship begins a new phase on Page of Water. The resurgence of a relationship in Ace of Water, heightened psychic abilities in Page of Water, enhanced intuition on Ace of Water. So these cards are very in tune with one another. So to me, this is almost just like doubling down on this whole energy of, wow, things going to another level, whatever that level is. Now, if the Page of Water is representative to you of the ending, of the moving on from a relationship, Ace of Water could be a card that indicates to you, don't worry, someone else new will come in to fill that space or vacancy in your heart. But I really basically just think this is all about honest communication, honest experience with people. It's to be able to create the situation where you can take a relationship and move it into the energetic sphere that it belongs in, hopefully an uplifted sphere, but even if it's not, a sphere that will be more healthy for everybody. So definitely relationships are prime on the table for the week of July 25th through July 1st. Now, where are we going to get Archangel help with this? Well, let's take a look at those cards we talked about earlier in the intuitive exercise of whether or not you felt drawn to card 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you felt drawn to card number 1, that card has Archangel Sandal Fawn on it. Sandal Fawn is the Archangel of music, but more so and more importantly, I think he is the Archangel of prayer. The Archangel that takes our prayers and weaves them into a beautiful wreath and is said to have his feet on the ground and his head in heaven so that he can deliver our prayers to the divine and get our answers and bring them back down to us in a way in which we can see. So if all of this relationship stuff is making you think, please, divine source, God, Goddess, whatever word you want to use, then Archangel Sandal Fawn delivering your prayers can be really helpful. Next up is another archangel that could be really helpful in all of this, and that is Archangel Gabriel. Well, Gabriel's a lot of things. Gabriel's the archangel of the Annunciation. So giving birth to something new, that could be a new level to the relationship. But I think even more importantly is the fact that Archangel Gabriel is the archangel of communication, giving you the perfect words for what it is that you need to communicate to whomever it is you need to speak to. Archangel Gabriel is also the archangel of motivation. So if you are procrastinating having this conversation, Gabriel can help you with that as well. Next up, card number 3 is Archangel Uriel, the light or fire of God, the archangel of epiphanies, of emotional healing, of transformation, a great archangel for the message of this week. And if you can see this card that he is on, there is an hourglass that has been reset to full. Someone, if the sand all fell out, someone turned it back upside down. Now it's full, starting indicating the initialization of a new time frame, which makes sense for our reading. And finally, the last angel is Archangel Metatron. Metatron is the archangel of focus, of grounding, of time shifting, but in particular, for our reading today, the archangel that helps us to be aware and feel protected as sensitive people and being able to communicate to sensitive people in a way in which can be heard and is not hurtful in any sort of undue way. So there you have it, the energetic weather report for June 25th through July 1st, as well as your personal archangel of the week. By the way, I need to go home. I haven't been home in 18 months. Home, where's home, you ask? For me, home is Denver, Colorado. So I'm going to be there the last week of October, and I'm going to be teaching a class, a mastermind, to help people to do what it is they need to do in their lives and to get things going. You can check that out by going to bradleyvalentine.com/mastermind. So that is it for this week. Next week, our first full week of July. See you soon.